Russia has unleashed a massive missile attack across Ukraine. Reports are coming in of residential buildings hit and energy infrastructure targeted in this latest barrage. Kyiv's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, says there were explosions in the city's southwestern neighborhoods and that emergency services are heading directly to those areas affected. Now, it's not immediately clear how many missiles have struck targets in the capital and across the country, but air raid sirens sounded for hours. DW's Amian Asif joins us now from the capital, Kyiv. Amian, what more can you tell us about these overnight airstrikes?
Well, many residents of Kyiv, including myself, were awakened at 10 to 6 this morning Kyiv time to a loud explosion, and there were other explosions after that. So far, we know there were at least 2 missile strikes in Kyiv, one of them targeting a thermoelectric plant which supplies power to the city. About 15% of residents here were left without electricity. That didn't affect the area that I was in, but it has rudely awakened a lot of people in Kyiv this morning. But it's not an exaggeration to say that this wave of attacks across the country affected almost every region here. And now in Lviv, 4 people are reported dead after a missile hit a residential area. In Kharkiv, there was reports of 15 strikes there. Another person reported dead in Dnipropetrovsk. There was also attacks in the north and south in Odessa. So really all across the country.
This does seem to be the biggest wave of air attacks in recent weeks. What's the feeling in Ukraine? I mean, do people feel that this war is going to keep grinding on and on?
Well, for 3 weeks now, it had been relatively quiet in Kyiv. That's because between October and February, there was very frequent attacks, especially on electrical operations, so that much of the city was without power almost on a daily basis. Now, that had kind of come to an end in mid-February. For the past few weeks, life had been seemingly back to normal, but this has been an awakening for a lot of people. This has been, the war is somewhat coming home to Kyiv. That's because most of the fighting is on the east side of the country, the front line there. We've seen terrible fighting in Bakhmut, but in the west, in Lviv and Kyiv, things can be relatively quiet when there aren't incoming cruise missiles. So this will be a source of fear for a lot of people in the capital moving forward.
Amian, thanks so much. That's Amian Asif reporting from